There is an invasion by the Welsh and the Scottish, and for the first time, the English say, "You're welcome." Yes, we only have a couple of days left to go to New Year's Eve, and with Nicola Sturgeon and Mark Drakeford introducing new restrictions for that night, we are now hearing that a lot of Scots and Welsh people are going to come to England to celebrate New Year's Eve. Well, I always say that big government, a lot of the measures that the people introduce as politicians don't really understand that there's always a loophole and there's always black market. You can't just ban things. People will always find a way to do sin. This one is about New Year's Eve. We know that with all these idiotic measures that won't even work, Wales, Scotland and England, they don't have a wall. So people from Scotland could easily travel to London, to Manchester, other places, or Newcastle if they want to. Although, on the other hand, last time we had a Scottish invasion was last summer, and this happened in London when England and Scotland played against each other, and that was fun, but it was quite chaotic. So obviously I live in London, so I'm expecting a lot of chaos from these guys, but also these guys. The Welsh crowd will get quite rowdy when there's a rugby match between the two sides. It's going to be quite fun, but it's going to, I think, to be fair, for once, we English Brits, we're going to have to be very, very welcoming. So absolutely feel free to come here. Even Boris Johnson's government, Downing Street, have confirmed that the Scots, and I think they also meant the Welsh, I'm not really sure why they only talked about the Scots. Wales also exists, guys. Stop making things about one nation. But they are all welcome to come to England. The reason they mention the Scots, to be fair, is actually because Nicola Sturgeon kicked off more. Nicola Sturgeon and the SNP government have been telling their people, do not go to England. Don't cross the border. We're going to build a wall. I mean, you guys did this. You told England to get out of Scotland. I don't even know what that means because it doesn't really work that way. England is not in Scotland. Now your own people want to get out. Let them go. It's literally like North Korea and South Korea all over again, or East Germany, West Germany, or Cuba and, Florida. It's embarrassing, but New Year's Eve is coming. Let's just be happy that at least part of this country, part of this kingdom is free. For people who are in Scotland, who are in Wales, and even people in Northern Ireland who have been dealing with a lot of restrictions, feel free to come to England to enjoy the little bit of freedom that we have, because you never know what's going to happen after the 31st of December. We might have some sort of circuit breaker. We might have some sort of Scotch egg rule of 6, 10 p.m. curfew with Boris's marshals going around with his TV screen telling people to get boosted. Not really sure how we're still one of the most powerful countries in the world with these politicians in charge, but it is the case. For now, let's just celebrate and let's laugh at the faces of Nicola Sturgeon and Mark Drakeford. If you're from Scotland, you're from Wales, and you're from England or Northern Ireland, if you enjoyed this video, if you want to come to England to celebrate New Year's Eve, subscribe to the channel first, then book your train tickets. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.